Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Last game of the day. Scarborough Sharks in the blue against the ECU Jets in white. We've got for the Scarborough Sharks, Amir Fedi-Begovic, number 25. Number 7, Gareth Chevelle. Number 9, Matthew Oosthuizen, just had that shot saved by Greg Simmons in goal. Number 10, Josh Chevelle. Number 6, Brandon Oosthuizen. Number 27, Michael Middleton, who is in goal for the Sharks. Number 1, Jiga Hingragia, another goalkeeper. Number 15, Manny Harihiru. Number 5, Tyler Tate. And number 11, Miguel de Oliveira. For the ECU Jets, we've got number 4, Adrian Rossi. Number 23, Ashley Rowson, making a run now to cut out that pass, rather aggressively kicking the ball into the roof. Number 9, Lewis Mills. 7, Remo Venditti. Number 10, Lucas Suarez. Number 8, Jordan Geenacre. Number 15 in goal, Greg Simmons. Another Greg, very good name. And number 5, Chris Dukakis. There is a little bit of history between these two sides and quite a few player transfers between the two clubs in recent history. One of them on the ball right now, Ash Rowson, was a Scarborough Shark not too long ago. In between, did play for the West Coast Cobras for a season or two. Also in goal for the Jets, a recent transfer from the Sharks, Greg Simmons. Good ball across by Rossi, saved by Hingragia. Mills recovering to stop Josh Chevelle getting onto that ball. Matt Oosthuizen driving forward after the pass, running a little screen. Now Tate to Josh Chevelle. De Oliveira on the ball. Sharks just slowing the tempo of the game down a little bit. Good movement from Josh Chevelle. De Oliveira exchanging passes with Tate. You can hear the instruction from the Sharks bench for the players to interact with each other a little bit more. Great little movement by Tyler Tate to put Geenacre on his heels. Chevelle's pass is cut out by Rossi. Matt Oosthuizen does really well to hold that ball up. De Oliveira with a nice little flick pass. Oosthuizen just resets though. Now Chevelle looking to make a run in behind. Tate just on the wrong side was the pass from Tate to Josh Chevelle. Mills receives, resets to Rossi. Rossi, see his eyes darting from side to side. Geenacre then to Rossi. One-on-one takes on Josh Chevelle. Shot goes out at the near post, but good burst of acceleration there from Rossi. Has a really good haircut. Makes him nice and quick, less wind resistance. Very good left and right-footed shooter is Adrian Rossi. Sharks will want to be careful. Brandon Oosthuizen on the court. Chevelle goes back the same way to Tate. Oosthuizen's quite deep. Great ball from Tate. Chevelle's little volley, though, just can't direct it at the goal. That near post. Hingragia able to collect nice and easy. Tate, again, slowing the game down, bringing the Jets forwards out of their defensive half. Oosthuizen couldn't find out Oliveira in his stride. Good defending, excellent defending there from the number 10, Suarez. Josh Chevelle to De Oliveira. And Brandon Oosthuizen can spin with the weight of the pass. Good save by Simmons. Excellent spin there by Brandon Oosthuizen, reading the weight of the pass really well as he let the ball run beyond him. Ingragia was hoping for De Oliveira to make a run in behind, but it didn't happen. Brandon Oosthuizen trying that same movement again. Josh Chevelle winning the kick in off of Mills. Gareth Chevelle from his brother. He finds De Oliveira, who could turn. Good block by Mills. He lost the ball for a moment, but Josh and Gareth Chevelle exchanging passes. Ingragia with the long throw. Good touch by Suarez. And then by Rowson. Nice pass down the line from Rowson. Sets Suarez off, but under pressure from De Oliveira. Couldn't hit the target with his shot, Suarez. Miguel De Oliveira with a great run. He's done that quite a few times before from a very difficult angle, cutting the ball back into that far post. Simmons this time equal to it and to that one. Certainly the better of the two Gregs in the room at the moment, making several good saves. As Gareth Chevelle tries a koala killer up into the roof. Simmons looks up. Great attempted throw for Ash Rowson. The ball just held up a little bit late. Dukakis with a good block. Now De Oliveira driving forward. Hits Brandon Oosthuizen. And Venditti putting pressure on, closing down the passing option. Josh Chevelle a little bit loose with his pass. Oh, well defended by Dukakis because that ball bouncing dangerously in front of Simmons. Good save by Simmons. Second save by Simmons. Third save by Simmons. He's definitely the best Greg in the room at the moment. Looking a little bit like the workload's getting the better of him though. Good touch by Josh Chevelle. De Oliveira looking up. Resets to Josh Chevelle. To Brandon Oosthuizen. Sharks looking to keep the ball. ECU Jets content to be sitting a little bit deep in their half. Not pressing. Or Dukakis, that was a bit loose. Rowson with the shot from his own half. Trying to catch Ingragia off guard, but unable to do so. Good tackle there by Suarez. Brandon Oosthuizen hit the ground hard. All right, so we're back with the Sharks kicking. Brandon Oosthuizen seems to be all right. Harry Hiru not getting a touch on the ball at pivot. As we see Dukakis driving forwards. Nice to have him back from injury. The big Jets pivot. Hurting his knee last season after having some very, very good games for the Jets. We see Chevelle with a shot. Dukakis, a really good influence on the Jets team and a very good pivot in his own right. Able to hold the ball up, score goals, and definitely make life difficult for defenders. His size and strength. Almost a misnomer because of his work rate. Harry Hiru at pivot. Looking to get front position and then receive. Giving his teammates indicators of where he wants the ball. Dukakis does well, though. Pivot against pivot there. Dukakis doing the job at Fixo, though, with his knowledge of being a pivot. Harry Hero back to Chevelle. Oh, looking for space. And Matt Ustazen with the finish to put the Sharks 1-0 up. So we have a look at the replay. Good work down the right-hand side by Josh Chevelle. An initial block by Rossi, but the ball fell kindly to Matt Ustazen again. He put the Sharks 1-0 up. The introduction of Harry Hero, even though he wasn't directly involved in that play, just causes a little bit of discomfort for the Jets in a different way to what most players can do. Suarez looks to reset the ball. Dribbling backwards and then playing Geenacre. Now Rossi finds Geenacre, returns it for Rossi, but a good block by Chevelle. Or Chevelle trying to claim that he didn't touch the ball. It looked like he made a good defensive block. Venditti with the toe poke, but out at the near post. Now Harry Hero receives from Hingragia. The Sharks moving the ball well. Oh, Harry Hero leaving the ball behind. Wanted to set it for Chevelle, but just missed the touch. Harry Hero's got incredibly gifted feet. Suarez can drive it. Tate goes inside. Good block between Tate and Chevelle. They covered those angles well. The Jets have been moving the ball around well, but at the moment not having a recognised pivot on the court. Venditti's going to try and do the job. Suarez goes inside. Harry Hero does well, and he's got a 2v1. But he just lost the touch. That throw from Simmons hit Rossi hard on the chest, unable to bring it down. Brandon Ustazen plays Giga Hingragia. Josh Chevelle just walked across our commentary area. Amir Fedibegovic on the court. Fedibegovic at pivot against Rowson. He's got front space. Can he hold the ball up? That disgusting mullet. Oh, Tate's touch just, as he turned, let him down. So we have a timeout to the ECU Jets. We'll be back very soon. So the ECU Jets with the kick in, Rowson into Mills. He holds the ball up, but didn't really get help there early enough. It was also good pressure from Brandon Ustazen. Rowson can carry it forwards. Great ball in for Geenacre, who does well trying to return the ball, but Rowson trying to draw the Sharks forwards. Little back heel between the legs of De Oliveira. Got a little bit lucky, but Mills does well to recover. Good challenge by Mills. De Oliveira has given him a pat on the back, saying well done. De Oliveira trying the outside of the foot pass, but didn't get its intended recipient. Rowson with the shot. Boy, that ball came around a little bit. Hit it with a bit of curl. Hingragia did well down low at his near post. It started away, ways outside the post, but it was coming around. Fedi Begovic does well. Brandon, who stays in for Fedi Begovic, gets it back. De Oliveira. The movement from the Sharks has been good. De Oliveira with a snapshot. And a second goal for the Sharks. And a little celebration from the Sharks. De Oliveira and Fedi Begovic. Excellent snapshot from De Oliveira to put the Sharks 2-0 up. Dukakis back on the court for the Jets. Rowson does well to get the ball to Mills. Geenacre with the shot, well blocked by Josh Chevelle. And now the Sharks are countering. Josh Chevelle down the line. De Oliveira tries to get it across. Calls for handball. Timeout there by the Sharks. Calls for handball there a little bit fanciful. Player had about half a metre of space and the ball was down, hand was down by his side. Very rarely going to be given a handball because that would just be wrong. We'll be back very soon. Matt Ustazen making a good recovery run as the Sharks were nearly caught. A player down at the back. Mills tries to find Dukakis. Now Josh Chevelle can drive. Excellent recovery run by Mills. Now Rowson's one-on-one with Matt Ustazen. He shoots early. Good save by Hingragia. Oh, can Rowson get it to Geenacre? He's on the shot. Good save again by Hingragia. Chevelle, little curling pass, De Oliveira. And Rowson recovers and actually gets the goal throw by kicking it. Oh, maybe it was a side ball? No, yeah, it was definitely a keeper's ball. We are down into the stop clock time. Ingragia for Josh Chevelle. Brandon who stays in behind. Lewis Mills lost him. He cuts it back for his brother. And the finish by Matt Ustazen. He'll go over and celebrate with his brother. I do recall a goal not that long ago where Brandon Ustazen had the shot and it was going in, and Matt Ustazen took it off his brother, tapped it in, then went over it and celebrated in his face. So nice little bit of brotherly love there. Brandon taking the high road, giving his brother the goal. Now Matt one-on-one with Rowson. Good defending by Ash Rowson there. Good parallel from Josh Chevelle. Ball out of play. And there was a rolling foul there by Rowson on Brandon Ustazen. They just exchanged a little glance. No hard feelings. Josh Chevelle resets to Ustazen. Back to Chevelle. Now to Gareth Chevelle. Gareth lets the ball go out for a corner. Gareth for Brandon. Oh, deflected out. Simmons was at his near post and had to just watch, hoping it was going out the far post, and it did. Simmons with the throw. Oh, Gareth Chevelle not quite getting there. Rowson with possession. Plays the run of Saws. Well defended by Brandon Ustazen though. And the Sharks now content to be deep and keep possession of the ball. Something the Sharks have not been well known for in the past. Keeping possession. Recycling, being calm, not having a player too far forwards initially. Very good futsal there by the Sharks. As I say that, they give the ball away twice in quick succession and allow the Jets a counter-attacking opportunity. With 15 seconds to go, let's see if they do the same again. They have. The Jets with one more chance. Oh, Rowson didn't go forwards. Could have had a 3v2. Suarez will run the clock out to halftime. We will be back very soon.
And we are back at the start of the second half. A great game so far. Scarborough Sharks dominating 3-0 against ECU Jets. Couldn't hear much of the team talks at the half time. Commentator Greg Farrell will be rejoining us momentarily. It's a good start from ECU Jets. Ash Ronson finding Remo. Some heavy pressure there from the number 11. Miguel Oliveira. Thomas Lynch not happy about the high five to the face. Initially, it was Oliveira's foul, so it's been given to Rownson's. Believe a direct free kick. He's assessing his options now. See what he can come up with. Commentator Farrell joining us now.
The Oliveira one-on-one with Simmons off the post. Very unlucky there from the Sharks player. Jets now driving forward. Venditti with the shot. Saved at his far post by Michael Middleton. Rowson with the shot. Good save by Middleton down low. Tate just putting the ball into touch over the line. Rowson's very deep. He could get a shot if he was a little bit higher. That's a better position. Not a shot he'll be happy with, but Middleton with the throw. In at the feet of Chevelle. That was far too strong in the back from Venditti. Chevelle trying to hit Harihiru, but Suarez ends up with it. The shot, good save from Middleton. Drops the ball at the feet of Gareth Chevelle. Venditti again giving away a foul. The Jets are up to 4 fouls very early in this second half. Four fouls after 3 minutes for the Jets. They're going to have to be very careful for the rest of the half, especially as they're going to try and get back into the game. Good run by Rowson. Great ball by Suarez. Rowson turns and finishes. Excellent movement from the Jets player. Nice ball by Suarez through the defensive line. Rowson, little turn onto his stronger foot. Middleton maybe collapsed a little early, but is that the lifeline the Jets need to get themselves back into the game? Good intensity by Rossi immediately. Maybe the 4 fouls was their way of getting a little bit of intensity back into their game. They will have to be very careful now, though. Suarez still has the ball. Rowson's very deep. The shot from 17 meters. And the Sharks now conceding their second foul. They're going at 1 every 2 minutes compared to the Jets 1 a minute. Venditti telling his teammates to get up and put pressure on. Tate with a good check run. Or plays Brandon Osason into trouble. Good pressure by Venditti. He's kept the ball. Tate is able to clear the ball up the line in front of Gareth Chevelle. Good tackle by Rossi on Matt Oosthuizen. The Jets trying to force the tempo. That ball by Josh Chevelle out of play. Rossi plays Venditti, sets it again for Rossi. Takes on Matt, who stays in down the line. Shot, and Mills at the far post slides, but doesn't quite get the touch. Excellent work there by Rossi down this near touch line. Flashed the ball across goal. Mills just not quite had the timing right. Good interplay by the Sharks. Tate trying to play Brandon Oosthuizen, but the ball was cut out. He resets now to Oosthuizen, to Josh Chevelle. The Jets having to be a little bit more proactive now. Mills turns back, loses the ball, wins it again, and then loses it again. Brandon Oosthuizen for Tate. Nice little drag back, then finds Oosthuizen again. Oh, that was dummied. Tate was in. Venditti shows good strength and then turns. He's got Rossi at the far post. Just loses his footing, unfortunately. And that was given, there was a rolling foul in there against the Sharks. So they're on to 3 now. This game could descend very quickly into some 10-metre penalties. Brandon, who stays in across goal. Greg Simmons stretches, but not troubled in the end. Venditti and Rossi off after a very proactive, very productive 7 minutes of play. But at the moment, it only achieved 1 goal. They need to get a couple more. Fedi Begovic was in front. Just did enough to stop Ralston being able to get possession of the ball. Josh Chevelle finds Fedi Begovic. He thought Matt Oosthuizen was making a run. Ralston for Suarez. And the ball back for Mills. Mills with a little jump as if the header may be an option. The ball was about 4 meters over his head. Amir Fedi Begovic just slid so far he nearly ended up at Leaderville IGA. Good run though from Fedi Begovic. The return ball from Josh Chevelle. Shot over the bar. Geenaker now back to Rowson. Into Mills. Josh Chevelle does well defensively. Good interplay between the Sharks. Josh Chevelle drives forward. Geenaker tried to cut the passing channel, but left it about a second too early. And now the Jets are defending a corner. Rossi's back on the court. Matt Oosthuizen to Josh Chevelle. Harry Hiru's deep. Geenaker cuts out the pass intended for Matt Oosthuizen. Harry Hiru asks for the ball to be reset to him. Oh, that touch by Geenaker. Kept in by Suarez just. Harry Hiru directing his teammates in front of him. Geenaker receives from Rossi. Suarez has some space.
Set up! Lucas, face! Rossi, face! Rossi, closer! Jordan, just in front of you.
Matt Oosthuizen receives from Josh Chevelle. Oh, Geenacre's touch was a little bit loose. Simmons plays Rossi. Rossi one-on-one with Josh Chevelle. He eventually plays Suarez. Rossi for the shot from Ash Rowson, saved down to his right by Michael Middleton. Rossi with the shot. Not sure who blocked that ball. That last one, I think, was off Matt Oosthuizen. Rossi there with the toe poke at goal. The chaos ball not paying off this time. Josh Chevelle plays across to brother Gareth. Suarez intercepts right in front of goal, but couldn't control the touch. The Jets now have a 3v2, though. Josh Chevelle recovers really well. Rowson, the toe poke. And the Sharks call a timeout to try to get a little bit of momentum back as the Jets had swung things around. We'll be back in just a minute. Brandon Oosthuizen giving possession away. Venditti plays the ball down the line for Geenacre. He plays Rossi back to Venditti. Rowson. A little bit of a collision there. Fifth foul by the Jets. Josh Chevelle just taking his time. Geenacre defends well in front of Fedi Begovic. Middleton letting the ball run out of play. Middleton for Brandon Oosthuizen. Josh Chevelle, Gareth. Now Josh again. Chevelle looking up. Oosthuizen couldn't keep it in. Rowson giving the ball away unnecessarily. Had time and space. Now the Sharks counter-attacking. Great tackle by Venditti. Very, very good defensive player for the ECU Jets. Also contributes offensively, but quite often the intensity that he brings defensively creates offensive chances. Rowson with a bit of time. Stands up, Josh Chevelle, goes for the nutmeg, doesn't get it. Then makes the tackle. Middleton for Josh Chevelle. To Brandon who stays in to Josh. Geenacre able to drive forwards. Looks for Venditti, but can't get the angle. The Jets not putting pressure on. Letting the clock run down with the Sharks. Getting a little bit of rest. At this point in a game like this, every second counts. The Sharks taking their time. Josh Chevelle with a half-hearted shot. It was more of a clearance than anything else. Rossi with a good touch. Gareth Chevelle with about 4 different touches on the ball during his slide. Just doing enough to interrupt Rossi. Matt Ustazen keeps the ball in, but only for Venditti of the Jets. Mills tries to drive the ball across to the far post. Just under 5 minutes to go now. Can the Jets get themselves back into this game? Middleton had it covered. Was ready for a split save if he needed it, but didn't end up needing it. I do believe that ball hit the light protector, but missed by the referees. Simmons comes out and clears. Great defensive read by Rouse, and unhappy with his touch, but he read that ball well. At this point, the Sharks are really just clearing the ball. And the Jets have called a timeout, so we'll be back very soon. All right, so we have 3.5 minutes remaining. The Jets in possession. The chat on the Jets bench was that Greg Simmons now has permission to be more forward-thinking, potentially as a fly keeper. Good defensive work by Josh Chevelle and Harry Hiru. Tate down the line for Brandon Ustazen. Now Josh Chevelle for Harry Hiru. And that will be a 6th foul against the Jets. Josh Chevelle on the ball. Greg Simmons in goal. Saved by Simmons. Rowson gets the touch, and it's a 3v2. Saws cuts inside for Rowson. Brandon who stays and clears. Suarez against Tate. Good feet by Suarez. Receives again from Rowson. Harry Hero just gets a leg to the ball. Suarez with a good shift of the body. Middleton just for a moment forgetting how to catch the ball. Mills does well, good strength. Cuts the ball back, but Brandon who stays in it, taking up a good position. Mills gets it back though. We're more than 30 seconds into stop clock time. Mills and Middleton makes the save. And that is another foul, which will give the Sharks a 10-meter penalty. Josh Chevelle against Greg Simmons. Oh, against the crossbar. Brother Gareth tried to head the ball back to him. Tate kept the ball in, then recovered. And Josh Chevelle sums up the situation really well. Oh, Brother Gareth, not so much. Suarez keeps the ball in, and Gareth Chevelle with the sliding challenge. Suarez with a good turn. The Jets need to get shots at goal. The stop clock favors them when they're shooting, not when they're not. And Rossi needs to slow down with the stop clock time. That's what they need more of. Every time a shot happens and the ball goes out of play, they get to restart and set up again. Good strike by Rowson. Gareth Chevelle keeps it in. Josh Chevelle. Simmons keeps it in. He's got to release quickly. Good block by Brandon who stays in, and that will be the end of the game. Perhaps a consolation goal now, but Middleton saves well, and that is all she wrote, ladies and gents. 3-1 victory for the Scarborough Sharks. 3 goals in the first half, one for Matt Ustazen, 1 Josh Chevelle, and 1 for Miguel de Oliveira. Ash Rowson got one back early in the second half for the Jets, but they weren't able to rally and get any more of a comeback, unfortunately for them. A good performance by both teams. We'll have the stats for you. So the Sharks definitely came out on top in terms of passes with 370 to 230. Passes completed was 288 to the Sharks, 153 by the Jets. So 78% passing accuracy for the Sharks, 67 for the Jets. The possession was also quite heavily weighted, 58 to 42 for the Sharks. Total shots, the Jets actually ended up with more shots and more on target. But the key statistic, 3-1 for the Scarborough Sharks, a good win. All right, ladies and gents, that's all from us for the Supa-Liga for this weekend. We have the Supa-Liga C tomorrow, and we will see you later.